Hey there, and hope you're having a great start to your day. As you come on, please do hop into the comments, say hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you're watching this on the replay. Tag some people, share this video, like, love, support, react, and respond to this any which way you want. And again, we are 1 week away from our 3-day simple content creation workshop. It's completely free. It starts next Monday through next Wednesday, 1 to 2 p.m. EST, live and recorded. Just type in the word free in the comments at any point, and we will send you that registration link so you can join us. So we have a very interesting topic to talk about today. And the one thing that people are really looking to do is learning how to create more engaging content on LinkedIn. So I'm going to give you 3 specific tips and keys of how to do that. So let's dive on in. So, hey, everyone. Good to see people jumping on. Hey, Peg. Good to see you, my friend. Happy Monday. So as you're coming on live, please do drop into the comments, say hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you're watching this on the replay. Tag some people, share this video, like, love, support, react, and respond to this any which way you want. And again, thank you so much for coming on today. And this was this training today was in response to a poll question that I asked over the weekend. And the question was simply, what do you feel you're struggling most with? Optimizing your profile, building your network, creating engaging content, other. Landslide, it was creating engaging content. And that's one thing that people want to learn is, how do I get more people to engage with my content on LinkedIn? Now, I'm here to tell you that it's not difficult. It takes time, but it's not difficult. Hey, Tina. Oh, awesome. I'm also from Jersey. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm in the Cherry Hill area. Good to see you coming on. Local Jerseyite. So again, if anybody is jumping on and they would like to attend our free simple content creation workshop next Monday through Wednesday, it's 1 to 2 p.m. EST, live and recorded. Just drop the word free in the comments and I will send you that registration link. We are nearing 300 people registered. We cannot wait to work with everyone. We're going to teach you our simplistic workflow of how to create content, streamline your content creation process, filling your content buckets with endless topics that are really geared towards your specific network. So again, just drop the word free in the comments and I will send you that registration link. So drop a Y or a yes if you feel you could improve the engaging type of content that you're creating on LinkedIn, or just drop a Y or a yes if you feel that you're struggling with creating engaging content on LinkedIn. Now, transparency is very important, first and foremost. And I will tell you that this is something that I absolutely struggled with for a good portion of my first few years on LinkedIn. It's a balancing act. You're trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And Clarissa says, yes, awesome. Well, I appreciate you and your transparency. So what I'm going to be going over with you guys today are 3 things that you can do to improve the engagement within your content. Now, the big thing that I'll say is this. First and foremost, you have to have the right kind of network. So your network should be built around people that are your ideal audience, meaning the people that you're inviting to connect with you should either A, be a potential ideal client or that demographic of who you serve, or a power partner. So if you're not connecting with the right people, you're not going to get the right kind of engagement. Now, backtracking. If you're connecting with the right people and you're not getting engagement with the content that you're creating, there's probably 3 reasons why. So I'm going to give you 3 tips of how to improve that. So the first one is make sure that you speak to your audience's pain point. Pain is the greatest connection between 2 people that do not know each other. So think about what I'm doing today. I did a poll the other day And I asked my audience, what is your biggest pain point? What are you struggling most with? And my audience revealed that one of their biggest pain points is creating engaging content on LinkedIn. So what I did was I recognized that pain point, and now I'm creating content that is pinpointing and highlighting that pain point that they're struggling with. So drop in the comments below. Drop in the comments below. And I know Tina's on here, Clarissa, Gregoria, Peg. I see there's a few more people on here. Drop in the comments, what is your target audience's or target client? What is their biggest pain point? I'm going to walk you through a little bit of an exercise. So drop it in the chat. Just say, my audience's biggest pain point is, and then fill in the blank. Because there is a rhyme to the reason. I will tell you that. So whether you're watching live or on the replay, you can go along with this as well. Just type in the comments, my audience's biggest pain point is, and then fill in the blank. You have to know what your audience and your ideal client is struggling with first before you can create content. That's why it's so important to do some market research or to dig within yourself and say, you know what? I know what my audience is struggling most with. So Gregoria says her target audience, their biggest pain point is not knowing how much life insurance they need or have. Awesome. That is a definite pain point. So it's first important that you speak to your audience's pain point, right? So this is what Gregoria wrote. She said, not knowing how much life insurance they need or have. Peg said, my audience biggest pain point is what to post and when. So that's social media related. Clarissa says, most of my audience's biggest pain point is having the ability to find a job. Awesome. So the key is understanding that your content needs to speak to their pain point. You have to let your audience know that you empathize and sympathize with their struggle. So a lot of your content, so using Clarissa as an example, your content should be speaking directly to those people that are struggling finding a job. And Tina says, attendee audience engagement with content and events. So, again, you need to speak to that and saying something along the lines of, I understand that finding a job out there in the marketplace is not easy. And I wanted to make sure that everyone understood a couple ways or things that you can do daily to move the needle forward in finding that dream job. And to Peg's, same thing. I want to help you guys and give you a couple tips on what to post and when on social media. And Tina, same thing. I wanted to give you a couple tips on getting more attendee and audience engagement with content and the events that you host. So everything should be curated with speaking to the pain that people are struggling with, because people want a solution. When you highlight the pain point, it's your job to provide the solution for that pain. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat. If you know what your ideal target audience's pain point is, speak to it as often as you can. And that's the thing. You don't need to go far off the reservation. If you know what they're struggling with, speak to it as often as you can. Speak to it as often as you can. So someone on Facebook says yes. Peg says yes. Gregoria says yes. Awesome. Just want to make sure everybody is with me so far. So once you figure out, Tina says yes. Once you figure out their pain point and how to speak to it, the second thing that you're going to do is make sure that the content that you provide is value added. When people see you as a person of value, they will come back over and over and over again to see what you post, because they know that you're living in the solution and not living in the problem. So what a lot of people do is they try to live in the problem, but they don't provide the solution. So that person's not going to come back to engage in that individual's content because they're not given any steps to move forward. It is your job as the go-to person, as the expert, as the value-added resource to provide value within your content that's going to move the needle of that person's business or pain forward in the right direction. Now, the one thing that I will say to that is I don't want any of you to be afraid of giving too much. This is the question that I get from people. What if I give too much value? What if I give too much information? There's no such thing. That is a lack mentality. There is something called the fixed mindset versus the growth mindset. Fixed mindset is thinking, well, if I give all of my content away for free and give the keys to the castle, who's ever going to invest or work with me? That is a fixed mindset. The growth mindset says, you know what? I'm going to give as much free value as possible. I'm going to give people the keys to the castle so it makes it easier for them to say yes when they're ready to work with me. So if that's clear and if that makes sense, just type the word clear in the chat. C-L-E-A-R. Type the word clear if that makes sense, the fixed mindset versus the growth mindset in regards to making sure that your content is value added. Just type the word clear in the chat. This is important. This is very important. Teresa says clear. Revolutionary Live. Thank you so much. Clarissa says clear. Awesome. Gregoria says clear. Wonderful. Tina says clear. So this is what I want you guys starting to shift your mindset from that fixed mindset to that growth mindset. Remember, it's building that know, like, and trust. No one ever buys anything from anyone that they don't know, like, or trust. And one of the best ways to build that know, like, and trust with your audience is to give without expecting anything back in return. You have to give in order to get. If you want your business to grow, if you want people to hire you, if you want people to work with you, if you want people to have that exchange of monetary value for the services that you provide, for what you're going to give them, you got to give free value. Have to. It was one of the number one reasons why I started my podcast and why we've written all these books, because we want to give as much free value as possible. Nothing feels better than knowing that you are a person of value and to know that your content is value added. Remember, for those that are jumping on late, make sure that when you are creating content on LinkedIn, you're speaking to your audience's pain point. So if you're jumping on late, drop in the comments, and I'm just going to play this. I'm going to show these again. Drop in the comments, what is your audience's biggest pain point for people that haven't done that yet, right? So just to give you examples, Tina said, attendee audience engagement with content events. Clarissa said, most of my audience biggest pain point is finding a job. Peg says, my audience's big pain point is what to post and when. Gregoria says, not knowing how much life insurance they need or have. What is your audience's biggest pain point? Once you know what the big pain point is, that will allow you to then make sure that you're creating the right kind of value-added content. Now, also really quickly, if you're jumping on late, if you type the word free, I will send you a link to sign up for our free simple content creation workshop where we're going to teach you exactly all these things, how to create value-added content, how to streamline your process, and how to get more engagement on social media. All you have to do is type the word free. I will send you that registration link. It is next Monday, the 26th, through next Wednesday, the 28th, from 1 to 2 p.m. EST, live and recorded. You get access to a private Facebook group, private community. You get a workbook, and it's a wonderful, wonderful event that my wife and I run together. It's 3 hours with us spread out over 3 days. There's going to be some bonuses. There's going to be some prizes and giveaways, and would love to see you guys there. Oh, awesome. Signed up and so excited. Wonderful. Clarissa, I will send you that. All right, awesome. I'll send it to you anyway, Gregoria. So good to see that you're registered. Wonderful. Now, once you identify your audience's pain point, and once that you then start creating that content is value added, right? You're giving people something of free value. The third and final thing is make sure that your content is solving your audience's problem. Again, use me as the example. My audience said a pain point of mine is not knowing how to create engaging content on LinkedIn. So what am I doing today? I'm giving you 3 things that you can do to create more engaging content. Make sure that you speak to your audience's pain point. Make sure that your content is value added, and making sure that your content is solving your audience's problem. You need to be a value added resource. Remember, live in the solution, not in the problem. You need to make sure that the information that you provide, whether it be a post, a poll, an article, a newsletter, a document, a video, you need to make sure that content is solving your audience's problem. If you live in that solution mindset when you're creating your content and you're solving your audience's problem, it just shortens that gap of how they're going to know, like, and trust you. They will come back over and over and over again to gobble up your content because they know that it's going to move the needle of their business forward. You cannot be afraid to give too much. You need to under-promise and over-deliver. Under-promise and over-deliver. Do not over-promise and under-deliver. You want to under-promise and over-deliver. So everything that you do, you define that pain point. After that pain point is defined, you create solutions for it. Here are 3 things that you can do to solve that problem. Here are 2 ways to move the needle of your business forward with the problem that you stated. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Remember, put yourself in the shoes of your ideal connection, of your ideal audience, of your ideal network. Put yourself in their shoes. And ask yourself, is the content that I'm about to post, and read through it, is this solving their problem, or am I not giving enough? Give in order to get. I promise you, the more that you give your audience within value and solutions to their problem, the more engagement you're going to get time and time again. I promise you. So again, if you would like to register for our free workshop that is next week, Monday through Wednesday, 1 to 2 p.m. EST, live and recorded. It's the Simple Content Creation 3-day workshop. Just drop the word free in the comments, and I will send you that registration link. Remember, in review, the 3 best ways to create engaging content on LinkedIn. Number one, make sure that you speak to your audience's pain point. That's number 1. Make sure you speak to your audience's pain point. Okay. Number 2, make sure your content is value added. And number 3, make sure your content is solving your audience's problem. So again, in the comments below, please leave what your biggest takeaway was from today's training. I hope you found this value added. Love and gratitude to each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you next time.